Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and good morning to you, urban spillway that I haven't fished for a couple of years, maybe just a year. I guess last time I was here, I was with Colton and BJ and caught some carp and some turtles, but yeah, today we're hoping for a little bit better than that. We got some live bait already ready to go. We got some cut bait down the way, and we got night crawlers, we got shad, and we basically got everything we could ever need. And yeah, it's not early in the morning. I'll explain more, but I did wake up early in the morning to start fishing, but we had some trials and tribulations. But we're gonna try our best. Stuff and things. Alrighty, boys and girls. It's been a couple weeks ago. I was doing pretty good at being smooth, getting up early, getting everything ready to go, and being on the water before the sun comes up. Well, it is 9:30 now, and basically I woke up and my tire was almost flat. I was planning on going somewhere for the first time. That's like an hour away since the baby was born. Baby's doing good, Boo's doing good. And yeah, my tire was damn near flat. So I filled it up, little quick fix. And yeah, we're fishing a little bit closer to home. We are kind of on a timer here because my tire is probably still going flat. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I found out where the leak was and I put a piece of tape on it. So hopefully that holds it off for a little bit, but I know there's flatheads here. This is another one of those missions that fish in a very heavily fished place that occasionally, like once a year, a flathead gets caught. And yeah, I'm hoping to be one of those once a years to catch flathead here. There's also been decent channels. Me and Jordan did limb lines, bank pulls here, which was kind of fun one time. And yeah, we've caught weird stuff like pretty big white crappies, and I don't know, it's just kind of a cool little spot. I wish I was at the spot a little bit farther away, but we'll make do with this. So yeah, come along with me. Hopefully we can catch something big or something at all. And yeah, getting in here is a pain in the ass. So we'll also have to figure out how to get out. That's not quite as bad. Anyway, let's do it. Stuff and things, but I'm not even kidding, boys and girls. I walked through all this brush to get here. I really, really hope it's worth it. One time I actually brought Boo. We normally fish on the other side, but one time I actually brought Boo to this side and I felt like a dick. Because getting to this side sucks balls. But this side is a better side for catfish. It's a little bit easier to set your poles up properly or effectively to catch them because they're all kind of along these rocks. For whatever reason, the other side, I just don't get nearly as many bites. So we're gonna try this side. I got a cut green sunfish on this one. Frankie calls it a fillet me some because you cut its tail off and then you fillet it. It was a small sunfish, so I used him as cut bait. But these ones, we got some pretty decent live ones. It's got some depth. It's not the deepest place I've ever fished. And yeah, it's deep enough though. It is deep enough. I have also never been able to fish where this heavy current comes in, or I've casted from over there in front of it and just always get snagged. Not saying I won't get snagged on this side too, but at least I can walk up and get to the back of it, you know? You know? We'll put that just right up on the current, even though that didn't fall very far. But sometimes those flatheads will be staged up in just like a foot of water. Might throw a square bill there eventually. And yeah, for now we wait, and while we wait, we're gonna dabble around with night crawlers and hopefully catch something. How are you guys doing? I'm kind of hurting after that walk, but I hope you guys are doing well. I'm fishing, so I can't really complain too much, but man, oh man, I should have found a different route down here. That is for sure. Oh yeah, we got some kind of new poles. You've maybe seen the green one before, but we got old Pinky there. Shout out to Frankie's dad. Double Frankie shout out in this video. If you don't know who Frankie is, he's the person who got me into fishing. If you're watching this, Frankie, I love you. So yeah, new poles. See if we can break them in, break their virginity, or something like that, and stuff. Carolina rig is getting hit. I thought it was the wind for a second, but that was more than the wind. I don't know if it still has it. Yep. Got him. Got him. He's over my other line though. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Actually pretty decent. Nothing's happened since the turtle bite. For some reason the jig head crawler isn't even working. Okay. That's real. That is real. I have a hinkering. Is hinkering a thing? Is that even a word? I have a hunch. I have a hunch as to what this is. And by a hunch, I mean I pretty much know exactly what this is. And it's actually pretty big. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. So I opened my can of corn early. Ate some corn. And then threw out some corn. This dude's pretty big, actually. Keeps running into the rocks right where I don't want him to. But so far, it's working out. Man, good old reliable carp fish. The green sunfish up at the front might have got hit by a flathead. I don't know. The damn rod got slammed. And then no line came out. And then he's still been freaking out ever since then. But if you can see your bait freaking out, that means it's not in something's mouth. So I just left him. Cool. Jig head crawler is literally doing nothing. Jig head crawler has been the saving grace of almost every fishing trip lately. End of summer. Been kind of a struggle. You guys been struggling? I've been managing. Like, I feel like I've been doing pretty okay for myself, but it hasn't came easy. So I'd consider that struggling. I mean, fishing's not easy. You don't want it to be easy every time, otherwise it wouldn't be any fun, right? Wrong. Yep. Sometimes the crappy trips keep you wanting to go more than the good ones, but not always. Not always. Not a terrible one. I have caught some really big carp here. He's not the biggest I've seen here, but he ain't terrible. All right, I'm just gonna unhook you. I accidentally poked him in the gills. So he's bleeding a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, I love carp, but it's still just a carp. Someone was debating with me the other day if common carp are invasive. And I'm not sure if I know exactly the truth on that. Are they invasive? I think they were invasive and now they're naturalized, but I'm not sure. Might have to Google it. Might have to Google it. Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, flathead didn't happen, but I thought as a backup we'd have a glorious mid to late morning fishing for some greasy old carp fish. Well, I didn't catch another carp either, and it's now 12:30, so it's not morning anymore. And yeah, I couldn't go home and tell Boo that I only caught a single carp today, so we're trying some more spots. It's always good to have backups, and we have 2 of them, and this is one of them. Doesn't look like much, because it's not much, but it is another little Spillway. And yeah, water's down, which doesn't help anything at all. But these fish have to be somewhere, you know? They don't just like completely leave the creek. Or maybe they do, I have no idea. We maybe got 1 channel bite at the last spot. Wasn't anything to write home about, but. And then we got 1 turtle bite. And we did get a couple other carp bites, but nothing really worth noting because we didn't hook them. Yeah, I have to do a little bit of adjusting. This kind of ripply spot, pretty good for a jig head crawler, so we are gonna get a jig head tied on again. And then we're gonna throw out another sunfish with the very slight hope that there might be a flathead in that brush pile. Looks pretty flatheady, but it's also super shallow. But you don't know until you try, so we're gonna try. And we're not gonna give up until we give up. Make sense? I think it makes sense. You know, some days you get it done quick, and some days you just don't. That's just part of it. This ain't my first rodeo. And that is absolutely dirt shallow. But we're gonna try it anyway, because why the hell not? Damn it. I knew there was a problem with these damn Mad Cats and why I never used them. They don't fit in my pole holders. They don't fit in the pole holders. Oh shit. Oh! He just stole my green sunfish. I set the hook. I set the hook. Did you guys see that? I was not expecting that at all. Something just stole my green sunfish right off the bat. And we didn't poke the fish that ate it, so we got a chance. that was something. That was absolutely something. Well, there's fish here. There's fish here. And that fish might actually bite again. We should probably be downsizing at this spot, to be honest with you. We should probably use smaller hooks, smaller weights. And yeah, little pieces of cut bait, but we've done that here before and caught channels. We're gonna try to catch a flathead still. That was nutty. Whatever that was, absolutely slammed it. And that was not a small bait. All right, jig head crawler time. And then we'll go from there. And stuff. Got him that time. Got him. Got him. My drag is not set properly and my clicker's still on, but first fish on old Pinky. I don't know what happened to all my jig head crawler stuff I was tying on, but I don't care. Fast action, boys and girls. That's what I was talking about at the last spot. It usually happens quick. Pretty big sunfish for you, bud. Pretty big sunfish. I've been fishing a long time for just one dirtbag channel, but I will take him. I will take him. He's looked a little funny too. He definitely ate it though. He was pulling out line for a little while before I even noticed. Is that where I poked him the first time, maybe in the corner there? Or it's got some sort of wound, but not even sure what to say. But I'm happy to have caught that. I am happy. Not like ecstatic, but decently happy enough. All right, I'm gonna leave this out for a second. We only have a couple green sunfish left. And the place to buy them is, it's not that far away, but it's far enough away that I ain't going. And yeah, back to tying on a jig head crawler. And then we might eventually switch that jig head crawler to a like 1 or 2/0 wacky rigged hook with a couple split shots, few split shots, just to let it go downstream. Maybe a bobber, and just kind of drift some smaller pieces of cut bait. But for now, we'll do this because it's more versatile. And yeah, you got a chance at other species. See you there and stuff. Alrighty, I decided I am gonna get some cut bait out pretty quick, but I'm not even sure if I fished up here by the spillway last time I was here. I don't really remember, but I remember it being super shallow, but that doesn't mean there's not fish, so we'll try it. Not for very long, but just for a second. Maybe throw a live bait up here if we find any sort of depth, but if there's not depth, I don't think it's really worth it. We'll try it with a crawler and see what happens. Even if there is a flathead, I mean, the jig head crawler will catch it. Ooh, that was decent, whatever that was. Up top here looks pretty good too. Not like real good, but good enough. Whatever that was, slammed it and didn't feel terrible. What is that? That is a fucking giant white perch. Well, boys and girls, I think we found our cut bait. Yeah, we'll let the first one go. We'll probably get another one. I can't say I've ever caught a white perch at a spillway. They're around in some of our lakes, but I never really catch them out of the rivers, and that was a pretty big one. And there's another one. Kind of fun. They're like, I don't know, shitty white bass. Spiny little boogers too. All right, we'll keep this one. Close your eyes. Good night, bud. They're tough. He still didn't die from that, but he's somewhat out of his misery. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I caught white perch on a jig head crawler, so that's why I switched to cut bait last time I was here. I didn't catch any up here. I caught them down there. And the fact that I caught that channel so fast on a live bait out of that brush pile makes me think that, yeah, there's probably not a flathead in that brush pile. Could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. We're gonna keep doing this for a little bit and then go from there, but it just feels good to be catching something, you know? Wasn't really expecting it to be white perch, but at least they're decent sized. At least they are decent sized. I mean, that's a big ass white perch. Big dog. Do I throw a live bait up here or not? Suppose it wouldn't hurt. I'm gonna go get a sunfish and kind of plop them in right by the falls, get my crawlers and catch some more white perch, I guess. We'll still fish that brush pile and then we'll also fish downstream a little bit, and actually there's a spot upstream too, so. We still got time, we still got energy. It's only gonna be 85 today, so might have to go get a sweater from the truck and stuff. Oh, that's decent on the lighter pull. He just tapped it at first, so I didn't know he still had it. He's wrapping some shit though. He's kind of fighting different. Put on a little piece of white perch, smaller hook. And it's not a turtle, it is a fish. And we got him out for now. I just felt like a little tap. I was getting ready to switch spots because I thought it was a tiny channel, but not a bad one. Not a bad one for the stash stick. Quit eating the green sunfish, so I just kind of, you know, just kind of downsized. And it worked pretty quick. We were getting bites in front of the brush pile and they stopped, so I moved kind of to the back side, and he's not much, but he's ours, boys and girls. He is ours. He fought weird. He almost fought like a flathead. He was just slow moving and wasn't doing a whole lot. You chill, bud. He also swallowed the bejesus out of it. We could maybe get it out of him, but I'll stick my hands in flatties, but I will not stick my hand in that dickhead. They bite. That was kind of weird. Seriously, just a little tap. I thought it was a tiny channel, so I was gonna move it, but he wasn't the biggest channel ever, but he's a pretty decent little super shallow urban creek channel on the old stash stick too and stuff. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I went to the next bridge up, and not only does it look shittier than I remembered, it also was shittier than I remembered. Didn't get a single bite, didn't try for too long, but like I said, if it doesn't happen fast, it probably is not gonna happen in spots like this. So if you're ever fishing creeks and you're not catching much or not getting any bites, then you should probably switch creeks or switch spots, one of the two. But yeah, today was it was a grinder. It was pretty tough. It wasn't the best day ever, but it wasn't the worst day ever. Caught about a dozen white perch, 2 channel rats, missed a couple others, caught our first fish on the pink pole, and yeah, I guess we caught a carp. Wish we would have caught a couple more carp or a bigger channel. I think some of our channel bites might have been from a little bit bigger channels, but I do not think we got a flathead bite, and that's just kind of how it goes. Last time I fished with Jordan, we weren't catching much either, and random flatheads showed up, and there's flatheads in these places, and I had the bait to catch them, but I didn't catch one. But I'm gonna go home, spend some time with baby, spend some time with Boo, eat some lunch, and yeah. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. Really appreciate you watching, appreciate all the support lately. Thanks for putting up with all the super duper local content, but it's kind of what I enjoy doing anyway, and I want to be close to home for a little while with a damn near newborn. I think tomorrow I'm gonna drive about an hour though, so an hour isn't too far, I don't think. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you later and stuff. Thanks for PAAA. Goodbye.